What's up, guys? Welcome to Box to Box Football, and we're back here with another special Champions League review show, looking at the semi-final games. Yeah, just a lot of fun. And let's talk about the game today. Another big one. Had my emotions going up and down.
Yep.
Loved it from start to finish. PSG versus Man City. Game finished 2-1 to Man City, and Jack, just what a game, what a roller coaster ride is put on us. And tell me, Jack, what did you think about the whole thing? Also, it's good to have Jack back. You know, he's been away for a bit. Finally, he's back with the gang again. So it's good to have you back. But yeah, Jack, tell me what you think of the game.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I've been been away for a little while. Good to be back. It's the word momentum comes to mind, James. If I'm being honest, and what I mean by that is that okay, we can talk about game of two halves and we can do all this cliche kind of stuff, but there were still points in that kind of early in that second half where you thought about PSG go after them, get them. Like City are kind of on the back foot here, but before they scored the equalizer, I think you were kind of thinking to yourself, like, if PSG just push here, the way Di Maria was playing, Neymar looked kind of at it. I don't think we saw him strictly at his best, but, Neymar looked at it like something could happen. Mbappe still looked dangerous. The midfield looked like it was kind of going about its business. Defense looked relatively strong. I just kind of thought to myself, well, hey, PSG, if you go for this here, you could kind of put the nail in the coffin. That momentum stays with you. And I think what we noticed was, I don't know if this is a Mauricio Pochettino thing. I really don't. That's probably more your ballpark, James. But they started stepping off. And I think I was listening to the CBS commentary. I don't know whether it was the same across on BT Sport or not in the UK. But they talk about this. They're coming back to this kind of low block style. And the commentator made a really good point. Man City face that every week. So for Man City to then get in a groove of having the ball in the opposition third, it's just coming back and natural to them. The wall messed up. The wall messed up for the free kick. I will say I loved the disguise. I really thought it was Kevin De Bruyne. So when Mahrez ran up and actually hit it, I was surprised. So I can't imagine what, the players who can only see, what they're seeing, not the whole picture, were thinking. And then the red card, yeah, it was a red card. I mean, I don't really know, if I can really cover much more there, but momentum and momentum shifts were what struck me about the game.
So much to cover.
Yes.
This game basically threw everything out the ballpark. So I had a bunch of stuff to say about Man City in this game, and then it just escalated so quickly. But the one thing I had in our first 45 minutes, especially in the first 30 minutes, was just, this is the way a team should approach against Man City.
Right.
Go after them. Man City looked so vulnerable. It wasn't the free-flowing way that we've seen Man City like this year. They weren't outnumbering teams in like different areas of the park. They looked normal because the team was better than them, and then they went for them. Yeah, and we've seen that with the goal. Neymar had a chance before that, and during that time, you're just thinking like, PSG, you can get the second now. You can kill this Man City team. Guardiola was probably looking at that and be like, I'm not really sure what's going on here, like with my team, and a lot to question. But then they get in to halftime, and like, fair play to Man City, they grew into the game a little bit, but you still felt that PSG were on top and were more likely to score the second goal than Man City to get the equalizer. But PSG did what they did against Bayern Munich. So do you remember they took the 2-goal lead in the first leg, and then they sat back, and
Right.
because Bayern didn't have that quality in the final third, they couldn't really take advantage of that, and they did the exact same thing again against a Man City team as you said, who's used to this. That's what they love, teams to sit back,
Yep.
in after that, then they can get with their momentum, outnumber them different areas, get 1v1s, and they were doing that. But were Man City really effective before the goal?
And the thing is, we need to talk as well about both goals were relatively fortunate. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Jack. Like, that's what I was getting on. Bar the Kyle Walker chance that was cleared, and then the Kevin De Bruyne overhead kick.
Or
Like that.
Foden had a decent opportunity.
But that was in the first half. But Man
Right.
City didn't really create anything. They score
Yeah.
and then they get the goal out of nothing, and then they get the wall, which is just, to me, that's what PSG is.
Yeah.
Everything is going right, and like, do you know what they do? They ball it up, and this is Tesco. Well, that's how much they ball it up. Because how
Right.
can you go from being in complete control to a game to having you now conceding 2 away goals, and it's just, to
And
me, the
10
history
men.
in 10 men,
And
and
10 men.
but it's just the history of this PSG team. But everything, that red card, I seen that coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Because after that, because before that, I was seeing, I think was a Perez kicks the ball away, turns his back towards the referee as he's about to give him the yellow card. I'm seeing needless fouls, them going down when it didn't need to. It just showed a lot of petulance. And as soon as Man City kind of got on them a little, they just collapsed and they rattled. And Mbappe, to be fair, that's probably the worst I've seen him play in a while. I thought he was very, very, very sloppy. Neymar had good bits, but you still want him to be a bit more effective. Di Maria was the best of the three, but I just think the way the team just sat back in the second half really killed the momentum of the front three.
It's a team of divas, and I think it's also on top of that, it's still a team of individuals. What I mean by that is, I think across the board, if you and I were doing a combined 11, especially from an attacking sense, I think we're going to pick a lot more PSG players than we're going to pick Man City players. But when you watch Man City play, and this is Pep Guardiola for you. And also, Pep's been there longer. I don't know if Poch has got his style across just yet, but Man City play within a certain style. And you know that if you kind of swap out one of the players, that it's still going to look much the same. Whereas with PSG, you take out somebody like a Di Maria and the team looks kind of totally different, you know. Strange to take him out, by the way. I thought he was PSG's best player.
He was, to be fair, he was PSG's best player. But just as the way the second half was going, the way they dropped back, Di Maria was just none of void, to be fair. He couldn't really do so much, because how can you do so much when your team is sat in their own half? It's hard to dribble. It's hard to take on players in that situation. Just overall, just completely disappointing from their side. But also, for me, it's not over. But I also have to give Man City credit, because the one thing that another teams would have done in that first half was capitulate and let PSG score the second and third goal. They stayed with it, had a chance to even get back in it with Phil Foden, and in the second hand, they took control and they did what Man City done. I don't think that they were mad effective like in the final third. And to me, I felt that this game required a number 9. There was times when the ball would go into the air, just waiting for number 9 to tap it in. Even for the Kevin De Bruyne goal, that is usually a number 9 getting a flick on there. But fortunately, there was just no one there. And the ball randomly goes in. But fair play to them. Advantage Man City, but it's not done yet. You know, when with all that talent there, don't write PSG off. But Jack, I have a question to also ask you about the second goal. Yes, the wall's fault there, but should Navas have done better?
I think he should have done better, but I think if you were in an office at PSG's training ground and you were looking over the footage with him as a goalkeeper coach and maybe the head coach after practice one day, I think that he would win the argument purely based on the point of the wall being there is to block it. Now, he could have done, James, that classic thing where the keeper just, like when it bends around the wall so perfectly, the keeper just stands there and they look at it. Like, I think of, there was a Barthez one. I can think of Barthez doing that. That used to be his signature move. But he could have done that and I'd have still gone, wall messed it up. Now, should he have done better? Sure, because what was it? A yard and a half inside the post? There was enough there for maybe him to reach it. And
the ball went underneath his hand, get that right. The ball went underneath. I know it bounced, but I've seen Keylor Lara spring to the top corner from the other side of the post. So you telling me that he couldn't have got that?
Well, you know what it made me think? It made me think again that there's a reason why he was never truly, truly solidified properly as the number 1 at Real Madrid. And there's reasons why PSG are supposedly interested in a goalkeeper this summer, be it Donnarumma, be it De Gea.
I'm pretty sure, did they not offer him an extra 3-year deal?
They did, and I think he signed it. I actually think he signed it. But anyway, I think that the rumors around the goalkeeper position at PSG, maybe there's a reason behind that.
To be fair, I think Keylor Navas is very underrated. To me, it's a mistake on both hands. I blame the Walden more than I blame him. He should have done better. But Jack, in the last 10 years, he's probably been the best performing goalkeeper in the Champions League. But we'll leave that for discussion on another day. Let's talk about the game yesterday. First leg of Real Madrid versus Chelsea. This is the first time it's ever happened in the Champions League. The
Very
game
cool.
finished 1-1, and just overall a weird type of tie. But Jack, tell me what you thought about it.
Well, I think you'd say before the game, hey guys, you're gonna go. Okay, it's not the Bernabeu, but you're gonna go to Spain and you're gonna get a 1-1 draw. I think Chelsea would go, oh great. But then if you actually watch the game, I think you're gonna go, well, damn, we should have probably won the game. We should have more away goals. Pulisic, I think that was a real kind of statement from him. And I think that he needs to kind of start getting his respect, because I rate him very, very highly. And I think he's still slowly winning over Tuchel. And I'm hoping that he is going to be kind of a proper fixture on that team sheet going forward. The Benzema goal was absolutely fantastic. I think Karim Benzema, I mean, it's weird. He seems to just be going from strength to strength. And it is just not something I thought would be happening. I've been saying for a couple of years now, well, hey, they need to replace Benzema. And it's like, well, not if he's playing like this. Like you can't drop the guy, let alone like have him, as a backup or sell him on. So that was impressive. I think Real Madrid will be better in London. That's all I'll say. And I wonder, the only thing that scares me is I wonder if Chelsea will rue missed chances. I mean, let's not go there, but also let's go there. Timo Werner, come on, man. You got to put that thing of air into that thing with the crosses on it. Like, you got to score. You got to put the ball in the goal. And if you're not doing it, rumors and reports, I think, from the papers today coming out with Tuchel, he's finally getting to a point where he's like, dude, I don't know what you're doing here, but you need to figure this out or else you're getting sold.
If you're Chelsea, you're like, damn, seriously.
Yeah.
Damn,
right.
Because just looking at the stats, and like the one thing I want to look at is a shot on target. Real Madrid had 1, Chelsea had 5, and it's just not the shots that they had on target. It's the amount of time that they turned the ball over in like the midfield area, and it was the final pass every single time. If it was from Kante, if it was from Pulisic, and like especially Timo Werner, just poor decisions. This game should be over. It should be done. But unfortunately, Chelsea don't have the quality in the final third. But also, the one thing that they do is like defend well. But then I look at the Real Madrid side, and I'm like, man, Champions League semi-final, and you put out that type of performance there. They just didn't look up for it. No. Real Madrid playing 3 at the back. I spoke about it on a number of occasions. Said I like it. I like when a manager is versatile, and like Zidane showed that on a number of occasions. But they just didn't look comfortable in that situation. Seeing Luka Modric play as a wide midfielder, you can see he was starving to come inside at his age, but he was starving to come inside and like receive the ball. Marcelo as a fullback, but just Marcelo in general now. I think he's the best fullback. I mean left back in the last decade, but he's just not the guy he used to be. Like let's just face it. Me and Jed used to talk about his his recovery runs. I seen the referee run back quicker than Marcelo.
Right.
Unfortunately, and just Real Madrid just lacked the composure, the press, and like me and Timmy was talking about it. If you're gonna give a team time and space and play a high line at the same time, do you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna pick you off, and that's what happened for the first goal. High line, Christian Pulisic runs onto a not a great ball, just a lofted ball into the center. Where if a competent team just drops back and like a header away, that's what happens. They get the goal back, and I'm thinking like, wow, Chelsea, you can really get at this Real Madrid team, kill them off. The one styler for this Real Madrid team this season, the one guy that's been doing it week in and week out. We talked about Cristiano Ronaldo and how great he is, but if you look back at it, technically he's been holding this guy back because Benzema, he's a star. He is like, we
Yeah,
talked about the best strikers in the world and where he ranked, and you were like, you weren't quite sure. Jack, he could be even number one. Like, the goal he scores is out of this world. He has
yeah,
71 goals in the Champions League, equaled he equals Raul. He doesn't get his flowers enough. I know,
no,
like the whole French thing, but he was the one great life for them. I'm going to give a big shout out to, sorry, I'm going to give a big also shout out to N'Golo Kante, who was
unreal.
head and shoulders above anyone on that pitch. I think there was a funny video of like this of like this guy who has like a headlock on two guys and like one cross between his legs, and that's what it was. The
Yeah,
amount of times I've seen him turn the ball over, if it was Casemiro, if it was Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, whoever had the ball, they were getting hunted by N'Golo
yeah.
Kante. He was superb on the other hand, but
He's worth two players. James, a couple of things. That I'll kind of mention. I'm big on environment. I love. Where are you coming from? What's the maximum that you can achieve with what you have? What's the minimum you can achieve with what you have? So what I mean by that is, if you're in a position to succeed, how much do you succeed? Do you play the easy pass, or because you're in this great position, do you make the most of what you have around you? And I think with Benzema, I always looked at him historically as he had this fantastic environment around him, and I was always left wanting more. Well, what we've seen is the environment has drastically changed here. This is not the three-peat Real Madrid team that he was kind of keenly a part of now.
you know, we're like Bale and Ronaldo. He wasn't
Right.
surrounded. He's not surrounded by these guys anymore.
Right. So he's showing us now with less that he can do more. So he's really, really proven that to me. And he's certainly proven me wrong over the last couple of years. And my final thing, and I thought of this at full time today. You know what's really nice about the Champions League this year? PSG have not won the title. Man City, okay, chances are they are going to win the title, but a couple slip-ups here and there, and it might get a little interesting. They have to pay attention to the Premier League. Chelsea, not really secured top four yet. Real Madrid, they're not necessarily going to win La Liga. They're all teams who have to start focusing elsewhere. Usually it's at this point that PSG have wrapped up the title, Bayern have wrapped up the title, Barca have wrapped up the title, Juve have wrapped up the title, and we're going, great. There's one team with other priorities, another team without. All of these teams have to be on it Monday through Sunday, regardless of competition. And that's so nice because you know that you're getting teams who are being tested to the fullest level.
So that means, Jack, you're not a fan of the European Super League anymore? No. Okay, but I just want to add the last part to that. So we have two English teams who taken advantage to their homes next week. Are we looking at an all-English final again, Jack?
I think Man City will make it to the final. I'm not so sure about Chelsea. And I mean that purely due to European pedigree, big game players. I don't know who's going to be available. You've got Chelsea players returning to Stamford Bridge. Hazard is obviously the main one there.
Ramos is also going to be back for that game.
Ramos will be back. I know there's this ridiculous thing where it's like jury service or something where Marcelo's not going to be available. I saw that today.
But to be fair, that's a good thing because I'm sorry, Jack. He's not the Marcelo that we remember. Like,
right. But I don't know. I think Man City will have enough because I think Pep will prepare them appropriately. And we know what PSG have to do. And Pep's going to know that. And giving Pep that kind of 2-goal handicap, basically, because of the away goal rule, if Man City score 1 goal at home, they'll look kind of sitting pretty there. And if they score, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see. Obviously, James and I, we haven't done a preview for this yet, but obviously James and I both support teams who have a pretty big game coming up tomorrow as well, the first leg of some big games tomorrow. But we could be looking at an all-English Europa League final and an all-English Champions League final, and I'm here for it.
That was the one thing I didn't want because I to be fair, I would have preferred a Real Madrid PSG final, but.
And they're all European Super League teams.
Listen, at the end of the day, whatever they give us at this moment of time, the best team wins. Not like not like the European Super League. But guys, tell me what you think. 2 enthralling ties, both games still hang in a balance. Let me know what you think right now. Who will go through, guys? Tell me about the game today, the game yesterday. Let us know, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Box to Box Football. Please hit that subscribe button and also that like button. And me and Jack will see you next time.